Words, 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 words. To squeeze God out of the picture. What does that mean? To have a picture and squeeze God out of it, as if to make God disappear or as if to make God appear. One of my pictures has God and science both in the picture. With science, God more and more gets squeezed out of the picture, pushed out of the picture. There's no room for God in this picture. When I look at a picture of the Behistun inscription, written in stone, literally, there I find evidence of God in the picture. The people who were going to be not God's people, and then they were going to be God's people, they appear to be in the picture. There's a strong temptation to try to describe. The scribes of old, they scribbled and scribed. The map makers of old, they made their maps. Now, with math and logic, we're able to describe down to the Planck length, I suppose. Theoretically, at any rate. Quantum space? Will that provide a clue? Quantum time? Will that be what's due? In another talk, I spoke of how this is the end of time. It's always the end of time because we're at the very end of time, right here, right now, all the time. And in another way, this is the beginning of time. This is the beginning of all the time that there is that's going to be after right now. What about space? It's always here. Here is always where I am. I've heard that Einstein showed somehow that your time and my time and somebody else's time might not be all at the same time. Obviously, my here and your here and someone else's here isn't all here. It's not the same here. But it's tempting to think that there is a here and now that's the same for everybody. And yet, apparently, that just isn't how it is. It gets pretty close. Two people are in the same room, on the same planet, in the same day. But it isn't when looked at very, very closely. My now and your now, it's more like the rainbow, where your rainbow and my rainbow, we're standing right next to each other, but it's not the same rainbow. It's not the same sunset. It's not the same waterfall. Can there be an all-seeing eye, an all-hearing ear, an all-feeling skin? A way to know, the nose that knows all the smells that can be smelled? What does the sun smell like? What does the Milky Way smell like? Or Andromeda? I might like to think that I can envision the Big Bang or hear the Big Bang, even though there was no light, there was no sound, not back then. And yet, out of it, assuming there wasn't it that it was, there arose sounds and sights, vibrations, and we are an echo of it, supposing it was. I always get a kick out of it when I listen to and watch people say, now we know that Earth is something, or the sun is, Earth goes around the sun, now we know that. Yeah, we know that, and how we know that gives rise to how we know that. We know that Earth really is a pale blue dot. We know that Earth is a mere speck in the Milky Way. And yet the sun beams. The sun beams. The sun beams as if it knew something. What could the sun possibly know? How to make an Earth. What could Earth possibly know? How to make people. Such words. Earth and sun, they don't make things. Things grow out of Earth. The solar system grew out of a bunch of dust and gas. Or it emerged. It was birthed. Such words. Words, words, words. God is a word. Truth is a word. How true is truth? How God is God? How truth is not truth? And how God is not God? Words definitely vary, I'll say that much, and the meanings thereof as well. As wells they well up. They well up inside my brain and they spill out. Into the air, into a microphone, through the little wire, and onto a screen, and out some speakers to speak of all things.